All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got your watch list coming into April 24th, 2019. It is earnings. It's a bigger day than it was today. A lot of the plays that we're going to be looking at are now going to be the continuations from earnings. So there was a lot of big moves today. You guys probably saw everything from, I was looking at the after hours. We had Twitter, all that. So I have all the plays outlined. There's a lot of continuation plays, the earnings in the morning, the after hours, and then even tomorrow. It's going to be a crazy week. So we're actually going to be going over all of the earnings calls, after hours, and again, pre-market. We're going to update all these plays. Thank God for all the the ones reporting tomorrow morning. We do not have to gamble or guess on them. We're going to see what happens and go for those plays. So make sure you guys are there pre-market. We texted them out there. If you got the stream alerts, we'll text you, which ones are up and down in the moving. So if not, though, make sure you guys are there. We are live 30 minutes before open. So yes, subscribe. It's in the channel, but more importantly, post your watch list in the comments. So we're going to go over that. Oh, and I almost forgot. You have to like the video. That's really important. Drop the like. But even more important, I'm going to talk about the main strategy that a lot of people asked about on stream when I said push it into the wall. So with earnings now, we're coming into the middle of the week for the option traders. There is a strategy to employ to go after these big gains. We saw some crazy moves. So this one, we put this out on the alerts this morning when it was up and people played it. I looked to get a play. I wasn't able to. We did end up playing Snapchat as well. That was the other one, but we're going to go over that. They reported, and again, we saw a lot of companies after hours. There was Snapchat, Texas Instruments, eBay. So it's kind of interesting to see the pop, lock, and drop it moves, but we're going to come back to those and go over those. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with the continuation plays first. So even before I get started with those, these are all going to be included in that category. Snapchat, eBay, and Texas Instruments. And I guess to recap so you guys could be aware for the morning, Snapchat beat on almost every metric, daily users, revenue, EPS. So it did very good. Even it broke 13. I thought 14 was an important number, but watch that in the morning. I like the long-term contracts. Again, we put this one out on the stream alerts. Again, we just said when we traded it, if you came on stream, you saw me make this. And that was, it was October, super far the money, but I like the longer terms. We're going to, again, pre-market is going to be the judge of all of these. So watch Snapchat, Texas Instruments as well. I like too, and both of these are going to have specific options because there was some out of the money that those 124s, 125s are a quarter. So I want to see how those value in the morning. That's going to be great. But Texas Instruments, they surprisingly missed. They beat EPS because some tax benefit that was unexpected, but they missed on revenue, but they issued good guidance. And Snapchat had good guidance. And then eBay, this is going to be my favorite one, I think, so far to the post earnings from today, but they killed it. They raised guidance. They beat on revenue. They beat EPS, more customers, everything. I didn't know eBay was that good, so that's going to be a good one to watch, and even watch if PayPal gets a carryover effect from that. But all in all, that's going to be the continuations off of there. But now, what else do I mean by the continuations? We saw it from last week. The bank stocks went up a little bit, and then next week they rallied into it. You saw what Netflix and all those other stocks are doing. So now there's more to play with. So right away, one of the bigger earnings today, I know a lot of people made money on this, so shout out to you guys. Twitter, Qualcomm, we're still holding that. So if you guys watch that play, that $30 is worth now, I think like $300 or something on the Qualcomm. But the Qualcomms are going to have even specific options. So this is where I'll even tell you guys, even with all the continuation plays, we're watching them now, and you're going to see how they develop tomorrow. Even after the big earnings tomorrow, there's a bunch of companies after hours. After all those report, then you're going to see a better idea of how these are going to move. But all of these are along the lines of push it into the wall, and I'm going to show you guys what I mean. What's another continuation? Oh, I think Netflix as well. But here, I got on the list Twitter, Qualcomm, Disney, eBay, Snapchat, Texas Instruments, Netflix, Roku, Verizon, and Kohl. So we played Kohl's in the other one too, but I'm going to put up Netflix, these three right away, and there might be a play on them tomorrow. There might not be, but at least there will be Thursday, Friday. That's why tomorrow is going to be good with Wednesday, because now if there's volatile moves, it should start knocking off the premiums and making the options a little cheaper. So really be prepared in the morning, even throughout the middle of the day. Well, we have to see really how everything trades, but all of these is going into the strategy. And that's what I mean by push it into the wall. If you guys see here, This is that contract that expires this week. It's a wall, right? It's like a Pez container, one of those weird pencils you had as a kid, whatever you want to call it. But it all gets pushed into here, right? So every single day that comes by, one of these contracts is getting knocked out. It's like Survivor, okay? So think about that. I'm giving you so many weird analogies for it, but the whole point is you're pushing them into the wall one by one. Most of these are already dead. These contracts start to lose value, and these ones are going to lose value, and these ones. So again, it's good on these plays where after they're reporting, they're going to have gas from the continuation depending on how it is. You know, Qualcomm didn't report, but it's setting up even coming into earnings, and you're seeing what other stocks like Amazon are doing, and watch Amazon again too. Hopefully, we'll, you know, if don't get caught up. That's what I'm scared of now. I don't want to get caught up in a pop in the morning and then it slows down and then we get, nothing happening all day. But watch these contracts. And what I mean, even Netflix as well, these contracts, it's the same strategy. You find these contracts that when a ton, like these were 30 cents in the morning. Now they're at $1.80. That's a huge percentage. They have to hold that. So if Qualcomm doesn't hold 87, this might hold in the money. These might get in the money, but come Thursday, Friday, one of these is going to fluctuate, but that's how you're going to be able to secure it cheap. So all those ones with the continuation are going to be there, but some are going to react different now more than others. Qualcomm's going to trade a different continuation than Netflix, and then that's going to be different than even Twitter. But I like Twitter in the morning. I'm going to watch that. We're still holding Qualcomm. Qualcomm's going to be towards the end of the week. Same thing with Netflix. The Junes are up. I think the contracts are expensive, but if they do get cheap, then it could be pretty good. What else do we have on that list? Disney, you guys have seen that. I like it. Again, eBay, I really like, and Snapchat again, but I think the last one, Verizon and Kohl's, because these ones, we played these actually. So Kohl's, I said we alerted that one out in the morning pre-market, just saying, because it made that crazy move off the Amazon stuff and went nuts. And then Verizon, they reported and they dropped 2%, which is a pretty big amount. And, when I got calls really, really early, I was expecting for it to bounce, but kind of how it played out, the calls aren't too far out of the money. So they're really cheap too. And again, those are going to be contracts to watch. Both on, I'm saying for the weekly, I haven't looked long-term out because we haven't really seen how the continuation plays. So this could continue down even worse if AT&T's bad, or something could come up. And AT&T is tomorrow morning, so watch that. But I think I got the 5850s here. I think I got them for what did I get them at in the morning? Yeah, I got them for 9 cents, and they're holding at 6, so 30%. But watch, it's a low volatility option. It's not supposed to move. It just had earnings, but if it has a nice bounce, it could get there, but it's not expected to move. And that's, again, too, what I'm playing with this, what I mean by pushing it into the wall. I'm saying there's earnings. I was wrong. I was expecting a lot of these plays that there's, Texas Instruments, eBay, all that. There was good contracts you could have played. We'll see how they are in the morning, but I'm waiting till after earnings, and we saw this morning from all the stocks like Twitter. What else was there? There's another big mover. Even Kohl's. If you bought those before earnings, it went up a lot. So I'd rather wait. And what I'm saying, all of these are a gamble. Don't forget what you're doing when you're playing earnings and the risks at it, because at the same time, I'd rather gamble on a Thursday, Friday after the earnings reports and know what's happening than the uncertainty. But again, each of you guys are going to find your own strategy with there. Just be safe with it. But those are the continuation plays, and that's what we want. We talked about pushing it into the wall. So if that doesn't make sense, drop a comment below or come on the stream in the morning and ask me about it. But now let's talk the earnings. So I highlighted the ones I liked for the morning. I think the ones after hours all speak for itself. And there's a lot of companies. So understand how that's going to move everything around after they report throughout the day in general. It's going to be pretty intense again, and you see how the market is trading in anticipation of these companies. But in the morning, right off the bat, I think these are all big names that could have big effects even on the Dow. Boeing, Caterpillar, AT&T, Domino's, and that I highlighted the ones I like. But Boeing right off the bat, that was another one we alerted out today. And if you were there on stream, you saw I sold out one of my bigger positions I held since May. I think this is going to be a big one to watch in the morning. We're going to see what happens and how the market digests it. But I'm praying it gives us some brings back, make volatility great again on Boeing. But we'll see what happens. It could surprise either way, but I bought a weekly. I sold out the one in May. It was $300. I sold out of it, and I bought like a $337, I think, for this week. I got them super cheap, so it doesn't even matter now. Again, like I said, any of these earnings in the morning, it does, unless you played them before market, we're just going to wake up and see what happens. But I like Caterpillar and AT&T, and again, AT&T, same logic as Verizon if we see it. Caterpillar could move, but watch the spreads. And if they make any wicked moves up or down pre-market, watch for a continuation or a bounce. But I think we'll see activity in these stocks, especially one like Boeing. Domino's I like. I wanted to play it. If it does surprise and go crazy, a lot of people are anticipating stuff. It could move. It's expected to move 5% already, so it's already really good expectations. If people want more of it, it could go up a lot. Shout out whoever it was on stream. They brought up like 280s, 290s to me, and I was like, nah. And those went from like $30 to like 100 something. So watch Domino's. It's been having a good and a very, very beautiful run up here into earnings. So that's going to be in the morning. Biogen is going to be interesting with the biotechs. And again, too, if you guys have been watching with the healthcare stuff, healthcare turned around today. And we're going to get, is Anthem in the morning? Do I have that on there? Whoa. Why isn't that on there? Yeah, wait. No, it is. See, Biogen and Anthem. So we're going to watch that. Anthem's going to be very interesting, and if the positivity in healthcare continues, Anthem could be very good. Biogen's a drug maker, and I think it could do its own thing if now people get the first quarterly after they reported, the failure of that drug. I think that'll be interesting to see where they go from there. But healthcare today did good because there was an analyst upgrade saying that the healthcare for all is more difficult than people think. So they're saying it's not really going to happen, and yeah, they're not down with it. So watch that. I think that's going to be interesting. But Anthem too. Again, Anthem, if the hype does continue, Anthem could really keep going, and Anthem could do very, very good. If it does, good earnings. It's already up. Did it really gap there? I don't know if that's real, but watch Anthem. That's going to be fun. And then NOC, and then I think we have Raytheon the next day. And that's something too. I have the stocks for tomorrow because depending on how these report, depending on, how these reports, how the markets take it, and that's something too. I didn't give you guys the market update, but we're up. We're just shy of all-time highs. So the market's really beasting. If those earnings can, Boeing and all that, they could add a big boost to the Dow if they're positive. So we'll see what happens. Even Caterpillar, AT, again, there's a lot of weight right there. But you're going to see how these react. And once these report, they're going to have an effect on these companies. And here are some for tomorrow. So you could watch these too, because if it keeps continuing how it is, there's going to be these pre-market reactions. So, and it's kind of getting a buying panic, which is raising premium. So be careful. That's why I'm kind of waiting on these. But tomorrow you're going to have Amazon, Intel, Starbucks, Ford, 3M, Raytheon, Altria, UPS. Those are just to name a few, but some of the more important ones. But now after hours tomorrow, this is where it gets fun, and this is going to be one to watch literally throughout the whole day tomorrow, especially if it gets crazy. It did kind of get crazy today, and a lot of these plays, they've been making big moves throughout the day, but a lot of the contract moves happen off the gap, and then what happens in that first 20, 30 minutes of the market. But watch Facebook. They report my thoughts on it. I know you guys are going to be interested. What do I think? I don't know if it could drop again like it did. I think it has a lot of bad expectations. A lot of bad things happen. I don't know if there's a lot of good with it. I'm a big fan of Facebook. I'm a long-term guy on it. But at the same time, I don't know if it is bad. I don't know if it'll drop too much. So we'll see. But then again, if it does do good, that could have a good effect on the market. But I think I'd rather play it afterwards because I think so many people are either on the sidelines or feel kind of similar to I do that whatever move happens, I think everyone's willing to exasperate that move and cause a continuation. So watch that, but that is going to be fun. Then Tesla, I'm not touching it. You guys are psychopaths. If you are, you sickos. But shout out all the sickos playing that. I'm not going to come near that. We'll watch it. It's probably going to be bad. Afterwards, I'll probably sell premium. Maybe, I don't know. I might, tune in on stream or get the stream alerts. I am considering selling some premium on it, but I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be that crazy. It all depends, but we'll see. We'll see if it makes a move. There's a lot of interesting stuff with it. Again, they had the autonomous day the other day, and people were not really too hyped on it. So, but that's going to be fun to watch with Tesla. What else do we have next? CMG and then Visa. So CMG, I feel kind of the same exact way as Tesla. I'm not really going to touch it or come near that one. Please hold. Sorry about that. But I'm not going to come near it. I covered a put. I sold premium and I covered it. I think it just has still, I said this on stream, I think it has a hangover from last earnings in terms of the contract pricing. it's done really good. I don't know what they could be pricing. I'm happy playing it afterwards. I'll be cool missing out on that, but I don't know what's going to happen with it. I'm not going to touch it, but again, doesn't mean there's opportunity. So if you guys have contracts, bring them to me. Put this on your watch list. Bring these on stream. Just because I'm not into it, I'm biased. So understand my bias here. I'm kind of not. I'm liking some of these pre-earnings, picking and choosing, but then I'm also liking afterwards. But if something changes, if the market changes or we start to see some really bad reports, I do think, we've seen some big moves up. I think we're going to get some quiet sleepers that are just going to start dropping out of nowhere. So this is where it started last quarter with 2018. That's where Google actually had, last April was one of the largest one-day drops ever. So keep that in mind. We still haven't seen that, so I'm looking out for that. But Chipotle, I'm not going to be playing that, but that's going to be a big mover. Visa as well, I'm not going to go through that, but PayPal, I like PayPal a lot. Again, I think we talked Netflix. That one, watch the contracts too, because there is options where PayPal's only, we crunched the numbers. If you were on stream, we did the pricing, and I believe it stayed the same, but I think PayPal's pricing in about a 2% move for the earnings. Yeah, it's about $2.40, give or take. So it's not too bad, but I think if it does do good, but I'm still in the middle on it. But I like it. I like the longer terms. The shorter terms are there, but PayPal, the good thing actually, if you guys look at the contracts, this is what we brought up on stream. If you go out to like the Julys, even the Junes, realistically, PayPal had, a big run up, and then it had one big down day, and then now it has these earnings, but the earning premium dropped on the call. So the best, you could get this cheaper that at any point. This is actually good because there was a lot of expectations, and that one down day just really killed it. Even though it bounced, it didn't really save it from there. So people kind of toned back, they toned the dial down, but it's still having those expectations. So watch PayPal, watch those contracts too. I like them. Not those specific ones, but anything. I like the dates. I'm not giving a specific strike on that one, but I do like those. What else do we have? Raisin, PayPal, XLNX. I like XLNX. The contracts are going to be kind of expensive. This is going to be this has been a killer. This could be one too that surprises. This is actually one to think about for earnings. We'll see. It has a lot of positive sentiment. I think all the chip makers have done good, but sometimes with companies like this, they're doing so good. Their growth is so amazing, and it keeps growing and growing and growing. It could only, it could have a hiccup. It could have too high of expectations. However, it still started this stage of growth pretty early. It's only been doing this now, for a few years of rapid growth, but it's held up. So watch them. They're a really good one to watch. I like those a lot. I think they're going to move. And then even the next one, First Five, that's a real obscure one that I like. And what I mean by obscure, a lot of people don't know about it. And however, they can make some big earnings moves, and they could get real volatile. So that's why I like them. I haven't looked at the option chain, but we'll see that. Even watch it in the morning, but it's kind of hinting some. That could be something that could die out of nowhere too. Again, First Five, XLNX, but First Five is one of those obscure ones that really makes a move. And then Citrix, CTXX. So this one that had the buyout, we talked about this the other day. I think it could be good. It's kind of still holding those prices, but it came down a little bit. But I think, it could release something positive. I'm going to look at the chain. If the longer-term options have came down a little bit, I might look to snag some, but maybe even after earnings might be a play. But we'll see what they announce. I think that's going to be an interesting to watch, and we're getting into the more obscure names now, if you couldn't tell. The last one, CLB, ServiceNow, and SAM. So let me throw those up there for you. There's Core Laboratories. They could make a decent move. I just wanted to look at them because they're healthcare. I'm not too interested in them. Then there's SAM, which is Boston Beer, Samuel Adams. They could move. We saw Constellation make some moves. They dropped. They're having a good run pre-market, but watch that. The options are usually expensive. And what's the last one? ServiceNow. That's the final one. That's the final obscure one. This is kind of like First Five. They're expensive stock. They've been holding up, and they move a lot. Not only do they move, they've been growing, and they've had some pretty big moves over the years. They kind of hold up, but lately it's kind of been busting out. So this could be a good one to surprise on the up or down side. But again, one of those obscured names. I like them, but yeah, that's it. And then again, remember for the plays tomorrow, preparing off the bat, Amazon, Intel, Starbucks, Ford. We're going to obviously go over these, so make sure you are on the stream. Do not miss it. Post your watch list. Be there. I think that's it, man. I'm just excited, man. Oh, yeah, stay in the game. And don't forget to push everything into the wall. Do not forget that, or at least understand your strategy or plan. Or if you are going to play the gamble, if you're going to wait till afterwards, just come into it. Be patient. There's nothing wrong with paper trading these. And don't let your imagination and FOMO make you make moves. So all this information and earnings, the data, the better it is. I'm excited. I'll see you guys in the morning. Let's go.